You're watching OTV Television Network.
At its best.
At its best.
We're here with George Wolf.
Second in the pocket position is Here We Go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. I'm Jean Wood. We've had a very busy weekend of racing, and we're going to begin activities at Churchill Downs, where on Saturday they had a number of stakes races, beginning with the Jefferson Cup with 3-year-olds on the turf. Let's head to Churchill in the running of the Jefferson Cup.
They're in the gates. Off and running in the Jefferson Cup, a perfect start. Franklin's Tower, Miss Almy is right there, flashing good speed, ground control to the outside. Chatham Straight is next, and it's Gun Salute, and behind that comes Big Prairie and Rush Bay on the outside. Passing the Twin Spires for the first time, Miss Almy leads it by a neck. Ground control is pressing second. Chatham Straight will join the fray, passing the stands for the first time. Rush Bay moves up to the outside, and it's Gun Salute, followed by Franklin's Tower on the inside, and Big Prairie at the back of the pack into the clubhouse turn. Ground control and Gary Stevens, nice and relaxed, opens up now by 2. Chatham Straight will track from second. Miss Almy at the hedges, saving ground third. Gun Salute settling down under Cornelio Velasquez in the 4th spot. Rush Bay gains to the outside, 5 lengths off the lead. Then Big Prairie next by 2. And Franklin's Tower at the back, the quarter 24 and 1/5 seconds. And out of the backside they will. Ground control, Gary Stevens doling out the speed. 3 parts of a length in front. Chatham Straight's in second. Gun Salute is gaining on the outside in third. Miss Almy gets the rail run, but is bottled up in 4th by Big Prairie. 5th by 2. Rush Bay's in striking range now. And Franklin's Tower is at the back of the pack into the far turn. Half mile in 48 seconds flat. Around that far turn they go. Ground control by a neck. Chatham Straight turning up the pressure second. Gun Salute's racing in third. Big Prairie 4th. Miss Almy needs racing room along the inside. Here comes Rush Bay, swung into action far outside, and Franklin's Tower as they turn for a home in the Jefferson Cup. Chatham Straight takes a short lead. Ground control kicks back. Here comes Rush Bay on the far outside. Rush Bay with a burst of speed to take the lead and draw away with authority. Rush Bay now by 2. Gun Salute is second. Chatham Straight. Big Prairie rolling from the back of the pack. It's Rush Bay clear. Here comes Gun Salute and Big Prairie. Rush Bay holding on. Rush Bay just gets there in the Jefferson Cup. Big Prairie was second. Gun Salute ran third.
Rush Bay, his first victory on the turf, last time out making his move on to the grass course. A nose defeat to Ray de Cafe. That day, Ray de Cafe came back to win, as did Rush Bay by a neck over Big Prairie. The favorite Gun Salute, well placed early, made a nice bid at the top of the stretch, but could settle for no better than third. The winner, Rush Bay, is a 3-year-old bay son of Cozine from Seoul by Deputy Minister, bred in Kentucky by Phoebe Ann Muller Trust and owned by the Phoebe Ann Muller Trust. Trained by Tom Amos and ridden to victory by Robbie Alvarado, Rush Bay completes the mile in an 1/8 on the firm turf at Churchill in 1:48 and 3. We're going to continue now with grade 3 3-year-olds, this time on the main track in the running of the Northern Dancer. $200,000, mile in the 16th. Let's head back to Churchill and the Northern Dancer.
Charlie's grade 4 tonight's 6th race. The one is Mach 10, Tim Driver for June Duracell. 2 in the field is Highland Image, Mike Safvick for the Highland Thoroughbred Farm. Number 3, Lexi's Noah, Jim Trophy for Norm Dunstan.
Opening turn, Crimson Stag and Robbie Alvarado off the rail, but opening up quickly here, sprinting away to lead by 5 or 6. Bucharest will track from second, 2.5 more to Unbridled Energy third. First Word on the move, racing fourth, 2.5 more to Real Dandy. And don't get mad, the favorites at the back of the pack already. A dozen off this runaway pacemaker. The opening quarter, 23 and 2/5 seconds. It's Crimson Stag. Alvarado trying to nurse the speed along, but clear by 5. Bucharest racing second. First Word inching up into third. Then Unbridled Energy fourth. Don't get mad. Racing fifth, at least 10 or 11 off the pace. And Real Dandy is at the back of the pack, half in 46 and 4/5 seconds. Into the far turn, Crimson Stag now by just 2. Bucharest second. First Words in third. Unbridled Energy. Don't get mad. Next with 7 to make up and closing in now. And Real Dandy's at the back of the pack. Around the turn to the quarter pole they come. They're ganging up on that front runner. Bucharest gets ahead in front. Whip comes out on Crimson Stag. Here comes Don't Get Mad. Don't Get Mad. A big, powerful looping move on the far side. First Word trying to go with him. Don't Get Mad down the center of the track. Takes the lead. Don't Get Mad. First Word is tough and digging in. Here comes Unbridled Energy on the far side. Final furlong. Don't Get Mad being worked on by Gary Stevens. Opens up now by 2. Unbridled Energy game on the far side. Don't Get Mad is too good. Don't Get Mad and Gary Stevens nicely in the Northern Dancer, eased up at the wire by 3. Unbridled Energy second, Real Dandy was third, and 142 and 2.
Don't Get Mad. This guy is really developing into a very nice horse. Very impressive in victory in the Derby trial. Ran back on short rest in the Kentucky Derby. Didn't run a bad race at all that afternoon. Now here returning to Churchill Downs for the win in the Northern Dancer. Throttled down by 3 1/4 lengths is the odds-on choice over Unbridled Energy. Real Dandy making a move from well back off the pace to complete the trifecta. The winner, Don't Get Mad, is a 3-year-old bay son of Stephen Got Even from Class on Class by Jolie's Halo, bred in Kentucky by Milton Hendry and Beth Hendry, owned by B. Wayne Hughes and trained by Ron Ellis, and ridden to victory by Gary Stevens. Don't Get Mad completes the mile on the 16th at Churchill in 142 and 2. We're going to head back to the 3-year-olds once more for 3-year-old fillies in the Grade 3 Regret on the turf course. Let's head back to Kentucky in the running of the Regret.
Off and running in the Regret. Good even start. Special Grace to the front. Sweet Talker breaking on top now. Royal Bean on the far outside. Behind that comes Cape Hope, Rich in Spirits on the extreme outside. Followed up by Classy Charm, then Ensign Mala and Godsend the trailer. Passing the stands for the first time. Royal Bean takes the lead now. Royal Bean in front behind, just ahead. On the inside, there goes Sweet Talker to counter. She gets her head in front. Royal Bean second, Rich in Spirits third. Special Grace at the hedge in fourth. Classy Charm in fifth. Cape Hope racing sixth. Ensign Mala cuts the corner, and Godsend at the back now 8 lengths off the pace on that opening turn. Quarter 24 and 4/5 seconds. Reserve fractions here. Sweet Talker and Brice Blanc in front by an neck. Royal Bean and Mark Gidry right there, prompting second, a length and a half. The Rich in Spirit, who's tugging hard third. Special Grace is bottled up on the inside fourth. Cape Hope makes her move 3 wide from the 5th spot. Classy Charm to the outside now of Ensign Mala. And behind that, Godsend in striking range the trailer, but just 6.5 lengths off the pace. They're really bunching up here with a half mile to go. Into the far turn they go. And it's still Sweet Talker, Royal Bean, stride for stride. Rich in Spirits now a clear-cut third. Cape Hope on the outside in 4th. Special Grace in 5th. Classy Charm next by a length and a half to Godsend and Ensign Mala at the back of the pack. Around the far turn they go. Sweet Talker now ahead in front. Royal Bean, Rich in Spirit, cut loose by Gary Stevens. Here comes Cape Hope on the far side, looping up 4 wide, then Special Grace. And a stretch drive. Sweet Talker sprinting for home. She's still holding on. Sweet Talker half a length in front. Royal Bean, Rich in Spirit is next. Cape Hope on the far side. Sweet Talker tough, digs in at the head. Sweet Talker trying to hold off Rich in Spirit. Sweet Talker, Rich in Spirit surging to the front. Rich in Spirit and Gary Stevens get up to win the Regret. Rich in Spirit a length to the quarter. Sweet Talker ran second, tight for third. Royal Bean or Ensign Mala the time 149 and 3.
Rich in Spirit, Gary Stevens, a profitable day for Gary, sitting just off the pace, edging in and making a perfectly timed move to the lead at a mile and a length and a quarter victory. At 2-1 over Sweet Talker, a very impressive front-running effort by Sweet Talker, who held on well to second. Royal Bean sitting in a tracking position throughout the early going and held on well at 9-1 for third. The winner, Rich in Spirit, a dark Bayer Brown 3-year-old daughter of Repriced from Qualitative by Woodman, was bred in Florida by the Glen Hill Farm. Owned by the breeder, trained by Thomas Proctor, and ridden to victory by Gary Stevens. Rich in Spirit completes the 9 furlongs on the Churchill turf in 149 and 3. We're going to head right back to Churchill now and the running of the Fleur de Lis for older fillies and mares, Grade 2, $300,000, mile and an eighth the distance. Let's head back to Churchill in the running of the Fleur de Lis.
Season goes up. They're in the gate. Off and running in the Fleur de Lis. Breaking in the air. Island Sand broke in the air, and she's dead last early. Terrible start for Island Sand. Two Trail Sioux, an easy lead early, opens up by 2.5 to Storms Darling in second. Rare Gift is third. La Reason settling down and tucking in for Shadow Cast fifth. Quick Temper, the slow starting Island Sand. She's about 10 lengths out of it early into that first turn. Two Trail Sioux, nice and easy out there, but clear by 3.5, now 4 and widening. Rare Gift is second, and Storms Darling racing in the third spot by 2.5 to La Reason. Shadow Cast down on the inside. Quick Temper next by 2 more. Island Sand unhurried early after that slow start by Mike Smith. Now a dozen lengths off the pacemaker. The opening quarter solid, 23 and 1/5 seconds. Two Trail Sioux, Pat Day doling at her speed, leads it by 4. Rare Gift and Prado tracking second by about 5 more to La Reason in third. Storms Darling next 2.5 more to Quick Temper. Shadow Cast inching up the inside. Island Sand continues to lag at the back of the pack, now strung out 15 front to back with a half mile to go. Opening halftime 46 and 3, moving for the far turn. Two Trail Sioux in front by 3. Rare Gift gets a cue to go from Prado and closes that gap second. Then a gap of 4 back to Storms Darling, inching up in third. La Reason's in fourth by 2. Here comes Island Sand up the inside. Shadow Cast and Quick Temper around the turn to the top of the lane in the fleur-de-lis. Two Trail Sioux gets a test here from the outside. Two Trail Sioux just ahead in front. Prado and Rare Gift attacking in second. Storms Darling racing in third. La Reason charging up the inside. Island Sands making headway. Shadow Cast on the far outside. Two Trail Sioux. She's attacked from all sides. La Reason up the inside. Storms Darling far outside. Two Trail Sioux. She fends them all off wire to win the fleur-de-lis. Great race by Two Trail Sioux. Tight three-way photo for the place. The time was 1:48 and 2.
Two Trail Sioux, last time out, had an awful trip in the Louisville Breeders' Cup, finishing well back of Shadow Cast that afternoon. Here, rebounding, got out of the gate alertly under a masterful ride by Pat Day, who was earning his first stakes victory since returning from surgery earlier this year. This is a very speedy mare, but she does tend to be a little bit aggressive. She is hard to throttle down. She argued with Pat Day just about every step of the way, but as is his usual style, Pat knew exactly how much horse he had and had a measured length left at the wire to defeat Storms Darling and Rare Gift. Disappointing was Shadow Cast, who finished 5th in the field of 7. After the pace was slowed just a little bit too much for her rallying move. The winner, Two Trail Sioux, is a bay 4-year-old daughter of Indian Charlie from Quiet Trail by Quiet American. Bred in Kentucky by Toadier Creek Farm, owned by John Gunther and Don Winton, trained by Wally DeLassy, and ridden to victory by Pat Day. Two Trail Sioux completes the 9 furlongs at Churchill in 1:48 and 2. The big race of the day, of course, on Saturday at Churchill, the Stephen Foster. Grade 1 for older horses, $750,000 the purse. Let's head back to Churchill and the running of the Stephen Foster.
For the Stephen Foster. Off and running in the Stephen Foster. Good start. St. Liam broke right on top. MBC is right there. Presidential Affair flashing his customary speed, and Badge of Silver. And the 3 speed horses going out early. And by that Perfect Drift settling down in a tracking spot. A close-up 4th. Goulding's Green in 5th now. O'Neill Cowley races 6th, and Euro Silver second last. MBC at the back of the pack into the first turn. It's Presidential Affair taking the lead, drawing clear by 2. St. Liam and Edgar Prado will track from second. Badge of Silver in third. Perfect Drift and neck in front of Goulding's Green on the inside. And by that comes Euro Silver, 2 back to Colonial Colony and MBC at the back of the pack. 11 lengths front to back. Onto the backside they go. Opening quarter 23 and 2/5 seconds. Onto the backside they wheel. Presidential Affair leads it by 3. St. Liam under a nice hold is second. Badge of Silver third. Perfect Drift is inching up into it to the outside in 4th. Euro Silver 6 off the pace in 5th. Goulding's Green next by about 7 more. NBC at the back of the pack with Colonial County. They're both a dozen off the pace with a half to go. Halftime was 46 and 3/5 seconds. Rounding the far turn, Presidential Affair. St. Liam bridging the gap from second now. Here comes Perfect Drift on the move third. Badge of Silver racing 4th. Euro Silver starts to get involved on the far outside. Goulding's Green is shaken up, rounding the turn to the top of the lane. St. Liam taking on the front-running Presidential Affair. St. Liam on by to take the lead. Badge of Silver cuts the corner. Perfect Drift put to a full-out ride. Down to the final furlong. St. Liam and Edgar Prado clear. St. Liam leading it now by 3. St. Liam perfect drift, not getting to him. Far outside, here comes Euro Silver, but St. Liam well clear and well on his way to victory. St. Liam goes on to win under Edgar Prado and Stephen Foster by 3. A big run from Euro Silver for second. Perfect drift was third. The time 1:47.2.
St. Liam, the absence of Ghost Zapper makes this guy a real powerhouse in the older horse division. In fact, this horse was closer to St. Liam to Ghost Zapper during his most recent streak than any other in last year's running of the Woodward. He ran Ghost Zapper to within about a nose, and St. Liam returned impressive this winter time down in Florida. No luck when shipped out to California, but here returns victorious. 2 3/4 lengths the better of Euro Silver. Perfect drift, making up a little bit of ground late to finish in the 3rd spot. The winner, St. Liam, is a 5-year-old bay horse, the son of St. Bellado from Quiet Dance by Quiet American, was bred in Kentucky by Edward P. Evans. He's owned by Mr. and Mrs. William K. Warren. He is owned or trained by Bobby Frankel and ridden to victory by Edgar Prado. St. Liam completes the mile and an 1/8 at Churchill Downs in 1:47.2. We're going to continue now with one more stakes race from Churchill on Saturday, the opening verse for older turfers. Let's head back down to Kentucky in the running of the opening verse.
They're in the gate. Off and running in the opening verse. Del Mar Show to the front. Silver Traffic showing speed at the hedge. Mr. Chrisley on the outside came away in 3rd. Great Bloom racing 4th. GP Fleets on the outside, followed up by BOA. Senor Swinger second last at the head, Seeking Answers the trailer. Just 6 front to back, passing the stands for the first time. Silver Traffic half a length in front. Mr. Chrisley second. Del Mar Show cuts the corner at the hedge in 3rd. Great Bloom is racing on the outside in 4th. Senor Swinger advancing at the rail, a close-up 5th now, followed up by B.A. Way. Behind that, Seeking Answers and GP Fleets at the back of the pack. Now 7 front to back, the quarter 23. And 1/5 seconds onto the backside they go. Silver Traffic and Jerry Bailey. Half a length in front, pressed by Eddie Martin and Mr. Chrisley, second by 2. Del Mar Show and Gary Stevens stalking at the fence, 3rd. Great Blooms in 4th. BOA splits horses in 5th now. And Senor Swinger next by a couple to GP Fleet and Seeking Answers at the back of the pack. Down to the half-mile pole, the opening halftime was 48 and 1/5 seconds, and around the far turn, Silver Traffic in front by a neck. Mr. Chrisley making him run for the outside. Del Mar Shows racing in 3rd. Senor Swinger up the inside 4th. BOA's under pressure now. Great Blooms on the outside, then Seeking Answers. And GP Fleet still the trailer as they turn for home. Mr. Chrisley. Long shot. Mr. Chrisley's got a short lead. Silver Traffic kicks back now, retakes the lead up the inside. Here comes Seeking Answers trying to find a seam at the hedge. Senor Swinger, Del Mar Show far outside. GP Fleet flying from the back of the pack. Senor Swinger to the front. Seeking Answers, GP Fleet. Senor Swinger, Seeking Answers, GP Fleet. Senor Swinger holds on to win the opening verse over GP Fleet and Seeking Answers in 1:42 flat.
Senor Swinger, a true horse for course on this racing surface, loves the Churchill Downs turf course. Here getting the neck victory over another local GP Fleet. Seeking Answers rallying from far back off the pace to finish 3rd at 8-1. The winner, Senor Swinger, is a 5-year-old Gray or Roan son of El Prado from Smooth Swinger by Chris S., bred in Kentucky by Bob Ackerman, owned by Bob and Beverly Lewis and trained by Bob Baffert, ridden to victory by Brice Blanc. Senor Swinger completes the mile in a 16th on the Churchill turf in 1:42 flat. We're going to pause now for a brief message, and when we return, we'll be taking a look at stakes racing action from Delaware, Arlington, and several other tracks. Please stay with us.
NYBreads.com, the online home of North America's best incentive program. The latest news, updated throughout the day, plus streaming video of New York bred stakes winners. Check out the New York bred leaderboards for jockeys, trainers, owners, and breeders. Want to become an owner or breeder? Well, the New York Thoroughbred Breeders section tells you about upcoming new owner seminars and farm tours. You'll even find an online sales section with horses you can purchase right now. There's a directory of New York State farms, a stallion registry, plus up-to-date sales information complete with hip numbers and pedigree pages. Thinking of breeding your mare? First, go to nybreads.com and run a hypothetical mating with any registered New York-based stallion. And finally, at nybreads.com, you'll see why the New York Breeding and Racing Program is North America's best, with over $40 million a year in purses, incentives, and awards. So get with the program at nybreads.com.
Welcome back to Horses and Courses. We're going to continue now with stakes racing action from Delaware Park on Saturday. They contested the Susan's Girl Breeders' Cup for 3-year-old fillies. Let's head to Delaware in the running of the Susan's Girl.
And they're off in the Susan's Girl Breeders' Cup. Capitulation between horses for the lead. Pleasant Chimes toward the inside. Up on the outside, Golden Malibu is under a stout hold there by Larry Reynolds. Doesn't really want that lead. His Capitulation will probably inherit the lead into that first turn with Golden Malibu up on the outside second. Pleasant Chimes has the rail. Dance Away Capote is right alongside of that one. Then comes Coda, and the trailer is Pious Moonlight as they make their way around the first turn. Capitulation leads the field by about a length, and up on the outside, that's Golden Malibu racing second. Then in between horses, your favorite Dance Away Capote, Pleasant Chimes, has that nice rail spot secured, is a close-up fourth. Then a gap of 2.5 lengths further back to Pious Moonlight and Coda. As they make their way down the backside opening quarter at 25-2. And on the front end, Capitulation being nursed along by Pino, leads it by 3 parts over Golden Malibu. Up on the outside, Dance Away Capote has clear sailing. Pleasant Chimes still tucked in nicely on the inside. Their third and fourth heads apart. Then a gap of 2 lengths to Pious Moonlight, and Coda continues at the rear as they make their way into the turn. Half in 51-1, and Capitulation's been cantering along, but there goes Dance Away Capote, and Dominguez sensed that tempo slow, and he quickly put on the accelerator there, and Dance Away Capote quickly to the front by a length and a half over Capitulation. Pleasant Chimes now under a drive in third, as dropping back a bit Golden Malibu. Then comes Pious Moonlight and Coda. Dance Away Capote leads it by 3 with a quarter to go, and they're going to have the work cut out if they're going to catch her. The 6 in 1:15-4. She's been breezing along. Pleasant Chimes is going to make a race of it as they head for home. Dance Away Capote leads it by a length. Pleasant Chimes is bearing down toward the inside. Capitulation's trying to re-rally. It's Dance Away Capote. She's life and death now with Pleasant Chimes gaining on the outside. Pleasant Chimes bidding for the upset. Dance Away Capote's game on the inside, but Pleasant Chimes will win it for Pablo Fregoso. Dance Away Capote second, Capitulation third.
Pleasant Chimes shipping in from New York to pick up a length victory. It's almost 4-1 over the odds-on Dance Away Capote, with Capitulation back in the third spot after showing aggressive early speed and a ground-saving trip. She did come up a little bit short late in the running at 13-1. The winner, Pleasant Chimes, a 3-year-old bay daughter of Pleasant Tat from Dixie Chimes by Dixieland Band, was bred in Virginia by Edward P. Evans. Owned by the breeder and trained by Mark Hennig, ridden to victory by Pablo Fregoso, Pleasant Chimes completes the mile in the 16th at Delaware in 1:47-3. We're going to head right back down to Delaware Park now in the running of the Obeah for older horses, mile and an eighth, fillies and mares. Let's head back down to Delaware in the running of the Obeah.
And they're off in the Obeah handicap. And from the inside, City Fire fires right for that lead. Up on the outside, Racing Luck, India Halo looking for a spot. Becky and Pinky in between horses, and your race favorite, Isola Pubella, is with the rail as they make their way into the first turn. City Fire going comfortably on the front end for Clinton Potts, leads it by about a neck. Right there, Becky and Pinky up there 3 wide. That's Racing Luck. Isola Pubella tucked in nicely on the inside in fourth, and your trailer now is India Halo, as they casually stroll around the clubhouse turn, a quarter in 25-2. They've got just over 6 furlongs to go, and they're well grouped. City Fire leads it by 3 parts of a length. Becky and Pick has taken over clear possession of second, with Racing Look up on the outside. Isola Pubella is right there with the rail in fourth, and India Halo is only about 3.5 lengths off the lead and is the trailer as they bound down the Delaware backstretch. On the front end, it's still City Fire by a neck. Becky and Pink is right there alongside. Up on the outside, Racing Luck a length further back in third. Isola Pubella is still with the rail in fourth, and India Halo 4 lengths off the lead. Half went in 50-4. Another stroll down the backstretch, and the tempo will begin to quicken as they make their way into the turn. City Fire, Becky and Pink, and Racing Luck, those 3 across the track. A length and a half further back to Isola Pubella is yet to move, and India Halo is the trailer. 3 heads apart with 3/8 to go. Becky in pink sticks a nostril in front of City Fire. Racy Luck is up there 3 wide. Dominguez is biding his time with a Sola Pubella, ready to pounce, looking for a seamer, going outside, will make up his mind soon as they head for home. 6 and 15 and 1, and 4 across the track. Becky in pink, City Fire up on the outside. Racy Luck, and here comes a Sola Pubella, 4 with a shot, a furlong to go. As Sola Pubella, Racing Luck. Down on the inside, Becky and Pink and City Fire still all with a shot as Sola Pubella begins to edge away. And a Sola Pubella will win the Obeah. Going to be tight for a second. Coming back, City Fire may have outgained Becky and Pink. It's tight for second and third.
Isola Pubella getting the little bit of a class relief here. Isola Pubella had been running against some of the fillies who turned up in the race in Kentucky, the Fleur de Lis for older fillies. Here stops in to pick up the money in an ungraded stakes event by 2 lengths as the heavy choice, paying a $2.40 mutual as she defeats City Fire and Becky in pink by 2 lengths. The winner, Isola Pubella, is a 5-year-old bay mare, a daughter of Rich Man's Gold from Sweet Music by Inchwood. She was bred in Chile by R.S. Sumaya, owned by the Sumaya Us stable and trained by Todd Fletcher, ridden to victory by Ramon Dominguez. Isola Pubella completes the mile and an eighth at Delaware in 1:53 and 3. We're going to head to Chicago next. Arlington Park featured next in the Chicago Breeders' Cup Handicap, a grade 3, 7 furlongs for older fillies and mares. Let's head to Arlington in the running of the Chicago Breeders' Cup.
They're off racing in the Chicago Breeders' Cup Handicap. My Trusty Cat breaks well. Flyaway Angel, here's Silver Crown. The Gray Injustice showing pace now as they link up with the main track at Happy Ticket right there along with Two Punch Gal. A real crowd up toward the front, and at the rail is Savor the Time. Compact field. 4 lengths from tip to tail, and it's Silver Crown now coming away in front. Silver Crown and James Graham trying to slow this pace down. Injustice, Happy Ticket, and on the outside, Two Punch Gal up and on this gallop. At the rail is Savor the Time, followed out deep by Flyaway Angel, and My Trusty Cat has dropped back to last. The opening quarter, 23 and 1, under 4 furlongs to go. Silver Crown leading Injustice as they move into the far turn. Silver Crown by a half length. Injustice now putting a move on Silver Crown, and Happy Ticket right there on the outside for the final 5/16. Savor the Time fourth at the rail. Between horses, My Trusty Cat has 4 lengths to find at the quarter pole. The wide Flyaway Angel and Two Punch Gal last to make the top of the Arlington Park stretch. They turn for home. The half mile went in 46 and 1. Here's Happy Ticket. Happy Ticket now up to the front, final furlong from Injustice. Silver Crown goes into pressure, Savor the Time. My Trusty Cat down the middle of the track. They're coming inside the final half furlong. Eddie Rosal Jr. and the undefeated Happy Ticket. The Southern Belle came and conquered the Chicago Breeders' Cup Handicap, winning by 4. Savor the Time second, Injustice third. My Trusty Cat was fourth in 1:22 and 2.
Happy Ticket picking up the victory here, 3.5 lengths over Savor the Time, with Injustice dropping back a bit in distance here to pick up the third spot. The choice in here was My Trusty Cat, who never really got into the hunt at all. She showed no early speed whatsoever and made a little bit of a rally to finish fourth in the field of 7. The winner, Happy Ticket, a bay 4-year-old daughter of Annette from Love and Happiness by Septième Ciel, was bred in Louisiana by Stuart Madison. Owned by the breeder, trained by Andrew Leggio Jr., and ridden to victory by Eddie Razzo. Happy Ticket completes the 7 furlongs at Arlington in 1:22 and 2. Staying in the Midwest now and heading to Texas, Lone Star Park hosting this Saturday's running of the Dallas Turf Cup for older horses on the grass. Let's head to Lone Star in the running of the Dallas Turf Cup.
All set. They're off in the Dallas Turf Cup. In the center, it's C-Dub showing early speed. Wapaka on the inside, and now full bridled from the outside stall. It's full bridled, leading the way out of the chute and into the stretch for the first time. Major Rhythm is now getting up second. Alpha Capo and Dinah Rain are right there. C-Dub has taken back 5 lengths off the lead as they pass the stands for the first time, then once around twice. Erroneous ID is well back, at least 10 lengths off the lead. They go a decent pace out there. Then it's back to Crowned King, Gulf News, and Absent Friend at the back of the field. They've got 3/4 of a mile left to run as they race on the clubhouse turn, and it's full bridled, and Julio Garcia setting the pace. They're in front by 1.5 lengths. To the outside, racing up in second is Major Rhythm. Wapaka in a good spot third, saving ground onto the backstretch. Dinah Rain a bit off the rail is fourth and 2.5 off the lead. Alpha Capo right to his outside. Then a break of 3 back to C-Dub and Once Around Twice racing mid-pack. Another break of 4 back to Erroneous ID, still a dozen lengths off the lead. Then Crowned King, Absent Friend, and Gulf News is last of all. They're racing down the backstretch into the final turn, and it's full bridled in front by 3/4 of a length. Early Fires and Major Rhythm turning up the heat in second. Wapaka still right in striking range from third. Now C-Dub and Dinah Rain moving up on the outside. Once Around Twice has gotten within 4 of the lead. Then Alpha Capo. They race at the top of the stretch, and Full Bridled kicks it in. Full Bridled has got something left. He's still there by a length and a half. C-Dub is coming on. Wapaka's going to have to dig deep. Major Rhythm, Once Around Twice. Now suddenly Full Bridled is weary, and here comes C-Dub. And C-Dub on the outside up alongside of Full Bridled. They're going to fight right down to the wire. C-Dub and Full Bridled. A close head-bobbing photo in the Dallas Turf Cup. It could be Full Bridled or C-Dub. A thrilling stretch run in the Dallas Turf Cup.
C-Dub, a long shot winner here, almost 54 to 1, getting a head victory over Full Bridled, the favorite in the full field of 11, went to the lead right off the bat and was able to hold off all but C-Dub. Major Rhythm tracking the early pace at 6 to 1, holding on for third, but it was a big surprise as C-Dub, whose last victory came last November in a small stake at Sam Houston, winless in 5 races since that time, picking up the surprise victory at $109 mutual. The winner, C-Dub, is a 6-year-old dark bay or brown gelded son of Sea Hero from Safe Salute by Hale Emperor. Bred in Kentucky by Doyle Williams and owned by the breeder, trained by Joseph Petalino. Ridden to victory by Larry Taylor, C-Dub completes the 9 furlongs on the Lone Star Turf in 1:48 and 4. We're going to head to New York next for a pair of New York State bred stakes races from Finger Lakes. Ontario County for New York State breds is up first from Finger Lakes on Sunday. 3-year-olds going to sprint 6 furlongs. Let's head to the lakes and the running of the Ontario County.
They're off in the Ontario County Stakes. Quickest away, Caribbean Cruiser. See You by Chance. On the inside, Distinctive Trick. Then it's You Will Go Broke, followed by Along the Rail, Freddie the Cap, as they're midway down the backstretch. Distinctive Trick, Caribbean Cruiser. They're out for the lead down the backstretch as they move into the far turn. It's Caribbean Cruiser with the lead by about a head as they head into the far turn. Caribbean Cruiser by a head. On the outside, that's See You by Chance, who's second as they round the far turn. Distinctive Trick, followed by Pinky Fraud as they turn for home. From the outside now, Pinky Fraud goes by and quickly gets the lead. Right there is Caribbean Cruiser. They're in the stretch. It's Caribbean Cruiser on the inside, Pinky Fraud on the outside. Caribbean Cruiser on the inside, Pinky Fraud on the outside. They come through the stretch together. Caribbean Cruiser trying to hold off Pinky Fraud. In deep stretch, it's going to be Caribbean Cruiser to win it. Caribbean Cruiser wins it. Pinky Fraud is second, and a late cruising Freddie the Cap is third, with You Will Go Broke fourth in the Ontario County Stakes.
Caribbean Cruiser, you may remember him from early in his career last year, zipping through conditions very rapidly. Had a nice winter off and returns here with a 2.5 length victory over late charging Pinky Fraud. Freddie the Cap also making up a fair amount of ground late to finish in the third spot. The winner, Caribbean Cruiser, a gray or roan 3-year-old son of Silver Ghost from Jack Bettaby Right by Jacques Hu, was bred in New York by the Star Track Farms. Owned by the breeder, trained by Donna Beretta. Ridden to victory by Chin Yang, Caribbean Cruiser completes the 6 furlongs of the Ontario County in 1:10 and 4. Next up, we're going to head back to Finger Lakes and the running on Sunday of the Wadsworth Memorial for older horses going 1 1/8 miles. Let's head back to Finger Lakes and the running of the Wadsworth.
They're all in line. They're off in the Wadsworth Memorial Handicap, all coming away together to a perfect start. Noble Adversary, Sinbad the Sailor, Sinister G, and along the rail, that's A.R. Spun out for the lead as their bias for the first time. It's Sinbad the Sailor by 1 length. Along the rail, A.R. Spun, Noble Adversary. On the outside, Sinister G. Then it's Valley Man, followed by On the Fan, S. Cherry Legacy, Grill House, and Jeb's Flag is your trailer as they round the clubhouse turn and head into the backstretch. It's Sinbad the Sailor on the outside. Along the rail, AR Spun. Sinister G in perfect position third. Noble Adversary is fourth. 6 lengths to Valley Man on the fan. A huge gap back. Along the rail, Grillhouse and S. Cherry Legacy. And Jeb's Flag is the distant trailer. 23-3 for the quarter. 47-1 for the half as they go into the far turn. On the inside, Sinbad the Sailor, joined on the outside by Sinister G. They go head and head for the lead, and from the outside, Sinister G sticks ahead in front. Sinbad the Sailor is second. Noble Adversary is third. Here comes Valley Man rushing up on the outside, followed by On the Fan, dropping back. That's AR Spun as they move onto the turn. Sinister G by a length. Noble Adversary takes up the chase second as they round the far turn. It's Sinister G on top by 2. Noble Adversary trying to close the gap as they turn into the stretch in the Wadsworth Memorial Handicap. Sinister G by 2 lengths on the outside. Noble Adversary comes up to challenge. It's Sinister G on the inside. Noble Adversary rushes up on the outside to challenge. A late move by S. Cherry Legacy. Sinister G with Noble Adversary coming on. Here comes the wire. It's going to be close. Sinister G holding on. Sinister G to win it. Noble Adversary second. S. Cherry Legacy third. And Valley Man was fourth in the 29th running of the Wadsworth Memorial Handicap.
Sinister G picking up the victory as the odds-on choice by a length and a quarter, sitting just off the early pace, making the 5-wide move to victory under Paul Toscano to defeat Noble Adversary. S. Cherry Legacy, another Naira shipper, picking up the third spot. The winner, Sinister G, is Dark Bayer Brown, 4-year-old son of Matty G from Sinister Punch by 2 Punch. Bred in Florida by the Devonia Stud and owned by John Toscano III, trained by John Toscano Jr., and ridden to victory by Paul Toscano. Sinister G, in a family affair, completing the mile and an eighth and the Wadsworth at 151 and 3. We're going to pause now for a brief message. When we return, we'll be heading to Hollywood Park and returning back home to New York for Belmont Stakes features. Please stay with us.
This year, many thoroughbreds, no longer able to compete, join the ranks of racing's homeless. The Thoroughbred Retirement Foundation and its supporters have been providing help and hope, creating opportunities where once there were none. The TRF, together with the racing industry, is meeting the challenge, taking care of their own. With your help, we can continue our saving mission, ensuring many more horses the welcome home they so richly deserve.
Who is this woman? A world-class tennis player? A famous fashion model? No, this is Diane Nelson, one of the nation's top-ranked jockeys. When Diane rides, she wants the best horse. And when Diane has a day off, she wants the best entertainment. And that's at the Teletheater Clubhouse.
If you haven't been to the Teletheater Clubhouse yet, you're missing something. It's really for everyone. Bring your friends, your family, and come on down.
The Teletheater Clubhouse, Central Avenue, Albany.
Welcome back to Horses and Courses. We're going to continue now with stakes racing action from California, going back to Saturday and the running of the Grade 2 Californian for older horses, $250,000 the purse. Let's head to Hollywood, the running of the Californian.
They're off. Lava Man and Ace Blue both sent out and go fast early. Anzian Royalty and Skukuza away 3rd and 4th. Borrego comes away in 5th. Molengau is 6th, and the early trailer is Choctaw Nation. Solid pace on set jointly by Lava Man and Ace Blue, and these two match strides. Ace Blue rides the rail, and he's a neck in front. Lava Man is second by a length and 3/4. Anzian Royalty secures a good striking position, tracking the front runners 2 from the front. He is sprinted 3 lengths clear of Skukuza. Borrego is mid-pack in the red cap, and he's got 5 lengths to make up. Molengau is 7.5 from the front, and Choctaw Nation has 11 lengths to make up as they wheel into the backstretch in the 52nd Californian, and Ace Blue tries to go it all the way. He's 5 furlongs from the wire and a half length in front of Lava Man, who tracks for Patrick Valenzuela in second. Anzian Royalty's a bit closer third. He's 3 deep and a length and a half from the front. Borrego has joined Skukuza. The two of them are 4th and 5th and 3.5 off the lead. Molengau still has 7 to come. Choctaw Nation is 10 lengths from the front, and they go into the far turn. Ace Blue and a closer Lava Man. Ace Blue just a half ahead in front.
Lava Man at the 3 furlongs comes to challenge Ace Blue. To the outside, Anzian Royalty is 3 deep, and Lava Man puts a neck in front. Borrego and Skakuza in striking position. Choctaw Nation draws within 6 of the lead, but he's got to go. Mullingow is the trailer, and they head for home. Ace Blue is finished. He's dropped out of it. Anzian Royalty and Lava Man to the final furlong, 2 lengths in front of Skakuza. Choctaw Nation's got too far to come, and Lava Man has the lead by a length and a half. Anzian Royalty tries to come back at him, but Patrick Valenzuela asks Lava Man for everything he's got. Lava Man reaches Anzian Royalty. Lava Man wins. The 52nd Californian goes to Lava Man, 3/4 of a length. Anzian Royalty 3rd, Skakuza 4th, maybe Choctaw Nation for 4th. Skakuza was 3rd.
Lava Man, a little bit of an upset here, almost 9-1, getting a length victory from Anzian Royalty. Skakuza picking up the 3rd spot at 33-1 as the favorite in the field. Choctaw Nation, rather disappointing. He broke a little bit slowly, settled in a fairly good position behind horses, but was never able to make up any ground, finishing 5th in the field of 7. The winner, Lava Man, a dark bay or brown gelded 4-year-old son of Slough City Slough from Little Ms. Leonard by Nostalgia Star, was bred in California by Lonnie Alderburton, Eve Kuhlman, and Kim Kuhlman. Owned by STD Racing Stable and Jason Wood, trained by Doug O'Neill, and ridden to victory by Pat Valenzuela. Lava Man completes the 9 furlongs of the Californian in 1:47 and 4. We're going to head right back to Hollywood now in the running of the Affirmed for 3-year-olds at grade 3. Let's head back to California and the running of the Affirmed.
They're off. Indian Ocean and Surf Cat. Surf Cat takes the lead. Dover Dare sent up through from the inside, and he'll now sit 2nd with Indian Ocean away 3rd. And the early trailer is Buzzards Bay. Surf Cat did not corner all that well, and that allowed both Indian Ocean and Dover Dare to go past him. So Dover Dare will set the pace with Indian Ocean in 2nd. Surf Cat has just been taken off the pace, and that's why he's back to 3rd. And he's in hand, and alongside Buzzards Bay, the 2 favorites eyeball each other at the back of the pack. 3 from Dover Dare, who's uncontested as they turn into the backstretch. It is Dover Dare trying to go it all the way, and he's 2 lengths in front of Indian Ocean in 2nd. Surf Cat is reserved outside of Indian Ocean. Meanwhile, Buzzards Bay has moved through at the rail. The 3 of them line up, all 2 lengths from Dover Dare, who's the leader in the 27th Affirmed, as they head to the half-mile pole, and Dover Dare and Patrick Valenzuela lead now by a tight length from Indian Ocean. Surf Cat is going to be 4 wide, leaving the backstretch. Meanwhile, Buzzards Bay moves through at the rail, but can he get through? It's tough to get by from the inside there. Buzzards Bay is alongside Dover Dare. Indian Ocean 3 wide, Surf Cat across the track, the 4 of them in a straight line running towards the quarter pole. Indian Ocean, Surf Cat 3 and 4 wide. Buzzards Bay has made it through at the rail. Dover Dare is running his heart out between horses, and the 4 of them line up at the top of the stretch, and Surf Cat's half ahead in front. Indian Ocean goes right with him. Buzzards Bay and Dover Dare are now a length from the front, and Indian Ocean is in front by a head. Surf Cat gonna test him down to the wire. These 2 in a thriller in the Affirmed. Surf Cat to the outside. Indian Ocean comes right back at him. Surf Cat, Indian Ocean, they come to the wire. Indian Ocean! What a great Affirmed. Indian Ocean beats Surf Cat by a head. Dover Dare 3rd, Buzzards Bay 4th.
Indian Ocean picking up the victory in a short field of only 4 at 5-1 by a neck right off the early pace. After a bobbling start, he sat a perfect trip and got the victory by a neck over Surf Cat. Dover Dare, the early pace setter, settling for 3rd. Very disappointing was Buzzards Bay. His most recent effort was a fairly impressive performance in the Kentucky Derby. He'd been working very, very well in advance of this race. They decided to skip the Belmont Stakes with him. Probably a smart move, but bringing him back here at a mile and a 16th looked like a perfect spot. He did disappoint, finishing 4th and last. The winner, Indian Ocean, is a Bay 3-year-old son of Stormy Atlantic from Indian Halo by Halo. Bred in Florida by George and Leanne Isaacs, owned by Mercedes Stable and trained by Jay Robbins, ridden to victory by John Court. Indian Ocean completes the mile and a 16th at Hollywood in 1:42 and 2. We're going to head back to New York now for a trio of stakes beginning on Saturday with the running of the Grade 1 Ogden Phipps for older fillies and mares. $300,000, a mile and a 16th. Let's head to Belmont and the running of the Ogden Phipps.
And they're off. Daydreaming and bending strings. A shadow comes up the inside. Moving up the back stretch, not moving at a very quick pace early on here. Bending Strings and a Shadow, and they are moving at a very comfortable early pace in the early stages here. Daydreaming's in between horses. On the inside, Society Selection is hard held and board eligible. Up the back stretch. 24-1, well within the scope of these fillies for that opening quarter mile. So a Shadow in a chess game here with Bending Strings down the backstretch run. Just in behind on the far outside, long shot board eligible. And Abarcoa still has a very stout hold on Society Selection. Also well held Daydreaming as they approach the far turn. A Shadow 3/4 of a length ahead of Bending Strings. The half was a tepid 47 3/5 seconds. Less than a half mile to go. Johnny Velasquez and his champion filly, a Shadow, lead the pack round the far turn. Bending Strings right there and no hurry to get by yet. 3 furlongs to go. Daydreaming third on the outside. Society Selection fourth, only 3 lengths from the lead as they come to the top of the stretch. It's a Shadow and Bending Strings, and they're sprinting now as they turn for home. A Shadow cuts the corner, a half length in front of Bending Strings. Now it's a length and a half, and a Shadow is accelerating. A Shadow accelerates to a 2-length lead. Bending Strings fights on. Society Selection is third, and Daydreaming is fourth, and they're in the final furlong, and it's all a Shadow today, winning like a champion should. A Shadow comes down to the line to win by 3. Society Selection was second, Bending Strings was third. A Shadow wins beneath a brilliant front-running ride. Cool and calculating, Johnny Velasquez.
A Shadow finally picking up that elusive first victory of her 4-year-old season after 2 defeats, the first of which was not a particularly pretty race last time out. She did improve considerably. She was beaten, but not badly, in a very quickly run race. Here gets to the lead, fights off a couple of challenges from the likes of Bending Strings, and is able to put the field away by 3 as the odds-on choice over Society Selection. Bending Strings holding on well to finish third. The winner, A Shadow, is a dark Bear Brown 4-year-old daughter of St. Bellotto from Goulash by Mary's Book. Bred in Kentucky by Aaron and Marie Jones, owned by the Starlight Stable Limited and trained by Todd Pletcher, ridden to victory by John Velasquez. A Shadow covers the mile and a 16th at Belmont Park in 1 minute 41 flat. We're going to head back to Belmont now for a pair of Sunday Stakes split divisions of the New York bred Mount Vernon. This is for 3 and up fillies and mares going 9 on the turf, split into 2 divisions. Let's head down to Belmont now for Division 1 of the Mount Vernon.
And they're off. It was an awkward start for Cat's Roar. Jorge Chavez lost the irons momentarily there, and Kate Winslet has been aggressively sent to the lead. And Kate Winslet opens up now by 2 as they hit the first turn. Little Buttercup runs in second. Buck Mountain on the outside third. Lady Bye Bye reined in to run in fourth. And then it's Sabalina on hold, 5th on the outside. Bundle of Roses is 6th. And it's a rank Cat's Roar at the back of the pack. Cat's Roar, a little difficult to handle in the early going here. 25 flat was that opening quarter for Kate Winslet. Little Buttercup alongside, offering only mild pressure at this point. 2 lengths back to Buck Mountain is just cruising along while third. Sabalina in hand 4th. And Lady Bye Bye also under good restraint. Bundle of Roses at the back with Cat's Roar as they continue the run up the backstretch. The first quarter went at 25 seconds flat. The second quarter again, another 25 flat quarter. So a bit of a break here pace-wise for Kate Winslet. Kate Winslet still on that lead. Little Buttercup, though, asked for a bit more with a half mile to go. Now the tempo's beginning to quicken as they move into the far turn. Buck Mountain in a drive and running third. Sabalina is going to get hung up 4 wider on that far turn. 5 lengths to Lady Bye Bye. It's another 4 back to Bundle of Roses. Cat's Roar tailing off. Around the far turn, heading to the quarter pole, it's Kate Winslet. On the outside, Little Buttercup poised to strike. Sabalina's right there, too, as the field turns for home. Little Buttercup up for a short lead. Kate Winslet a neck behind in second. Sabalina now third. On the far outside, Lady Bye Bye. 1 furlong to go. And it's Little Buttercup trying to hold on. Here comes Lady Bye Bye. Here comes Sabalina in between horses. Driving down to the line. Sabalina, Lady Bye Bye, and Little Buttercup. It's Lady Bye Bye to win it in a 3-way photo over Sabalina and Little Buttercup.
Lady Bye Bye gets the victory second time back off the long layoff by a neck at almost 8-1. Her previous start was a 5.5 length loss and open company behind two repeaters, Natalie Beach and Sharp Needle, in a very competitive key running of a non-winners of 3 other than, and here goes off at a pretty generous price as she drops into stakes company in restricted company. Little Buttercup challenging hard and just getting the nose in front of the favored Sabelina, who was a little bit disappointing after rating along 4 wide in the early part of the running. The winner, Lady Bye Bye, is a 6-year-old chestnut mare, a daughter of Lord Avey from Chambidextrous by Sham, bred in New York by the Tri-County Stable, owned by the breeder and trained by John Hertler. Ridden to victory by Jose Santos. Lady Bye Bye covers the mile and an eighth at Belmont in 1:49 flat. Going to head right back to Belmont now in Division 2 of Sunday's running of the Mount Vernon.
And they're off. I Have a Date quickly to the front. Kevin's Decision is there on the far outside, and from the rail comes The Lamp is Lit. I Have a Date in front into the first turn. A little traffic trouble there for Exchange Bay. I Have a Date is to be the early leader, with Kevin's Decision second on the outside. The Lamp is Lit rides the rails in third position. BB Lake on hold fourth. On the bus, 3 wide in fifth. Nurse Culkin sixth. Exchange Bay under a tight hold, and on the far outside, Fait Accompli. They begin their run down the backstretch with I Have a Date in front. Long shot leader through a quarter in 24 2/5 seconds. Kevin's Decision sits back in second. The Lamp is Lit on the inside third. On the bus on hold while fourth. And then it's BB Lake fifth, Fait Accompli sixth, Exchange Bay is seventh, and Nurse Culkin is eighth, but she's only about 5 lengths from the leader. And the leader remains I Have a Date through the opening half mile that goes in a tepid 49 seconds flat. Kevin's Decision continues to sit chilly while second on the outside. The Lamp is Lit continues a ground-saving journey while third. Then it's on the bus on the far outside, BB Lake in between horses. And around the far turn, there goes Kevin's Decision. Edgar Prado now sends her up to take over. Kevin's Decision in front with 3 furlongs to go. Nothing left for I Have a Date, who's tailing off now. In between horses, the Lamp is Lit now moves into second. BB Lake is third. On the bus, wide and fourth. Exchange Bay, Nurse Culkin bottled up in between horses at the top of the stretch. Kevin's Decision has a 2.5 length lead. BB Lake is there. The Lamp is Lit. Nurse Culkin now trying to find some running room. There is some down toward the inside. But in the meantime, Kevin's Decision is in full stride. Nurse Culkin gets through on the inside. Too late. Not enough. Kevin's Decision wins. Nurse Culkin, a Tough Luck second, followed by the Lamp is Lit third, and BB Lake.
Kevin's Decision and Edgar Prado by a length or so. Another nice price here, 4-1 on this horse who is coming out of a nice win in a non-winners of 2. Last time out, she did win the Perfect Arc last fall in a very impressive try over the turf there as well. Nurse Culkin running a good one from well back off the pace after a bumpy start. The Lamp is Lit up close inside between horses, making her run through the stretch and could settle for no better than third. A little disappointing in here was On the Bus, who did rate outside of horses. She was caught wide on both turns, not the place to be, as the favorite running 5th in the field of 8. The winner, Kevin's Decision, a 5-year-old chestnut mare, a daughter of Expensive Decision from Fairy Queen by Tom Rolfe. Bred in New York by the Flying Z Stables, another win for the homebred, owned by Flying Z, trained by Carlos Martin, and ridden to victory by Edgar Prado. Kevin's Decision completes the mile and an eighth in Division 2 of the Mount Vernon, 1:49 flat. That's going to wrap up a busy edition of Horses and Courses. Thank you very much for joining us once again this week. We hope you'll be able to join us again next week as we take a look at stakes racing action from around the country. Until then, I'm Jean Wood. Have a great week at the races.